Yes, we have all night, he says. All night. Oh, shit. Alright. Was needed, yes. So yeah. I'm back, everyone. And, we're back in the land of Eorzea. We finished Final Fantasy 15. We're back in FF14, catching up with good old Leon here, and, apparently he's been escorting young, cute courtesans to their clients, their master's clients or whatever, because that dude was paid. She was paid for by Gegaruju, I guess, to ensure a smooth deal, or something like that. So, yeah, that happened. That was one of Leon's little adventures. And yeah, that sound effect is what he heard right outside the cabin after they went in there by themselves. And yeah, he was just like, well, better leave them at it. I like the little shrug emote there, Crimson. I like that. But yeah, so that's what Leon's been up to ever since he parted ways with Noctis. and has been waiting around to see what the fuck's gonna happen next. With, what happened? I don't know, he like... We had a break. Oh yeah, right. The Dragon Song War ended. Right. Almost forgot. Jesus, I took a week off and I go to shit. But yeah, the Dragon Song War ended, and then Noctis came by. And speaking of, I guess I should here. Let me transition back to this real quick so I can start up the actual game because that was a recording. um, I heard about that fate, and then I went to see it for myself. I heard about it by word of mouth. And yeah, I sat around and eventually it started, and I was like, oh, this is gold. This is comedy gold, and I had to film it. So I did. That was while I was still playing through FF15. So off stream, I filmed that fate. That's what the clip we just saw was. And then, let me mute this real quick. There we go. So yeah, I recorded that fate and was like, I'm gonna make this the cold open when we come back to FF14. But yeah, there was one more thing about FF15 I had to mention though. Noctis' visit to Eorzea. Just give me 1 second. I gotta change something here. Switch back to, there we go. Switch to that. Alright. Now we're back in business. Alright, how to get the proper title screen and everything. Hey everybody! I've taken like almost a week off, but I came back to finish up FF15 for a short little stream the other night. But yeah, so there was one thing, which character do I gotta... Okay, I gotta move over. Yeah, this one. One thing about the FF15 and 14 crossover event that I didn't show because I planned on showing it when I came back to 14. On the 14 side of things, let's log in first. But basically, it's about Cid. He took a liking. He took a liking to Noctis's car from when he was here. For a short period here, he got to work on it and repair it and stuff. And he made his own model of it. And then the full, instead of just, selling it for, regular money or giving it to you since you were involved in the whole incident all along, he put it up for sale for MGP, Manderville Gold Saucer points. At Gold Saucer for 120k. And if you, it's like a real life casino. You can win a car by gambling, right? If you acquire the MGP in question, you can get the car for yourself. I'm looking something up real quick, but I'm going to show that off right now, actually. And then we can do a little compare and contrast. Like, when? Yeah, okay. I'm not just talking to myself here. Make sure no one bothers me. I do get random tells from time to time. Damn, it's been a while since we heard this, huh? Damn it, I missed. What I get for multitasking. Here it is. Okay, I can show my desktop for this. Damn, dude. That was a harmless squirrel. What the fuck's the matter with you, dude? Could've just left it alone. I wasn't gonna hurt anybody. This wood whaler doesn't... Look. There it goes again. Dude, he doesn't take any shit. He's got it out for squirrels, man. He doesn't like them. Damn. Don't mess with this guy. He's fucking bloodthirsty. Anyway. Okay, let me switch over to my desktop real quick. I think I was able to find this. No... Okay, good. It's safe. So check this out. The Regalia Type G title. Not Type F. Type G. It's a deed certifying your ownership of a brand new vehicle embossed with the Regalia crest as a symbol of authenticity. If you guys remember, this was the crest on the steering wheel, the center of the steering wheel for the Regalia in FF15. And you use it to acquire the Regalia Type G mount, as you can see in the little picture there. Let me show that. Go back to the game now. Okay. Where the hell is it? Oh, it's right there. The Regalia Type G. To hear Cid tell it, equal parts elbow grease and gumption were all that was required to see the Type G for Garland fully operational. When, in all truth, the otherworldly carriage most likely required an amazing amount of reverse engineering to recreate. I'll say. The technology of the Lucians is, even in their own world, is actually pretty far ahead of its time compared to the... Well, because they closed themselves off thanks to the Imperial threat from the Niflheim Empire. that they ended up hoarding all of their technology for themselves, so people even outside the castle walls of the crown city of Insomnia weren't able to get their hands on technology like this. Boom, baby! Modeled after the Regalia Type F. Man, this thing is big. Like, what a big-ass mount. It's like they were doing a one-to-one scale here. For sure. I'm very impressed at how much of the detail they actually captured here. Honestly. Oh, and I should probably do this. Music when mounted. There we go. Play during the event. Oh, this reminds me of stopping at all those gas stations to pick up more hunts in FF15. So yeah, obviously, the graphics are better in 15, but still, they did a really good job with what they could work with here. What they had to work with with this game's graphics, they did a pretty good job. Mind you, this crossover event happened in Final Fantasy, the FF15-14 crossover event happened in 2019. Right around the time Episode Arden dropped. And just before, I think, Shadowbringers for FF14. So they had a pretty good budget to work with, and they used it. Like, it's a pretty accurate one-to-one recreation. Well, let's see. Let's go. The lighting sucks, but I can't control time of day here like I could in FF15. That's just not my. I can't do it. Let's go through it. Wait. Turn off the UI. Let's look at this frontal view here. Turn around. Okay, so that's more or less what it looks like, right? Now, I'll have to switch over to screenshots, but because I took some screenshots especially for this. Let's go to albums, Final Fantasy 15, switch back to screenshots, not video clips. Oh yeah, that's right, I remember I was going to show this too. Y'all remember this, right? During the ending of FF15? Noctis got his own fucking harem over here. Yeah. Anyway, during the fight with Ifrit. Oh, let's see, where did I take... Oh, here they are. This is not the right one. The Regalia Type D. Imagine if they brought this to 14 though, right? There's the crest. Fucking beast monster truck over here. But yeah, we're doing a comparison with this. So this one has a sunroof, as you can see. But as soon as they get in, they take it down unless it's raining. And then, of course, it looks, you know... What's the quick button to go back? I don't think they have one like in PS4. Jesus. Pretty good. Like, yeah, obviously the lighting's gonna make... Like, the light reflects off it differently in this game. So it doesn't quite have that sort of bluish, dark bluish tint. But, yeah, there's no quick switch back. I have to do this. Every fucking time. It's pretty whack. Let's just go through all these pictures and then I'll go back. So yeah, it's got the two little yellow things there. Those are the turning signal lights. That's what's on the front. And then this is of course the flight mode. Which I showed a video of while I was still streaming FF15, of course. Alright. Let's try to keep that in mind and see how many details they caught. Oh, shit! Okay. So far so good. Yeah, it's got the spinning wheels underneath. The lights look pretty accurate. Jesus Christ, they actually caught this really fucking well. Yeah, even the little rudders or whatever. The little flaps on the wings, they actually... What about when you descend, though? Oh, I think they move, yeah. It's subtle. It's more subtle when you're going up, but yeah, the flaps actually do move. Look. Up. Down. Jesus Christ. They did an amazing job on this thing. I mean the actual developers of FF14, but to keep it lore friendly, I'll say Sid did an amazing job at recreating this thing. Holy shit, dude. Going back to play FF15 makes me realize just how good of a job they did recreating this in 14. This car's amazing. Alright, now let's try actually moving forward. The music picks up. I'll see the wings actually, yeah, just like in 15, the little, I don't know what to call those on the bottom. The tires on the top, though, they lift up when you move forward. Right? Yeah, those things, they move back, sort of. Almost dropped my controller. They sort of move back. That's pretty amazing. I'm very impressed at how well they caught it. It's like literally almost a one-to-one recreation. Almost perfect. I'm just gonna I'm not gonna go up or down. I want to see if the animation changes on its own. Some mounts do that. I don't think so. I think you have to go up or down if you want to see the tires actually move position. Let me see. Oh, wait, there we go. Yeah, see, the tires went down. Whenever you slow down, and there we go. Yeah, it does a full animation. The wings on the bottom and the tires go down if you slow down. But there's no real, you know, changing mount speed in this game, so they kind of just made it an animation that goes on a timer, I think. Or maybe it is based on whether you go up or down, and that's it. Anyway, that's enough of that shit. Okay, we gotta land this properly or else we're gonna die. You guys remember that from FF15? You land it wrong, you crash and burn. Okay, we're good. Damn! Even putting the wings away, it's a lot quicker. It's not as slow and gotchy as the animation in 15, but still. Yeah, let me see. Let's do the takeoff. Yeah, it's a lot faster. It doesn't, you know... It's not as slow, but it's still the right animation, though. Oh shit, I accidentally went back into Gridania. Still, that's incredible. Like, even the animation for the wings coming out of the car and everything, just holy shit. Consider me thoroughly impressed. That's fucking cool. And for those who need a refresher on the animation, I do think I still have a video of it too. It's literally one-to-one. Okay, video clips should be this one. That's when Cindy did the whole makeover for us. And then this is where they take off. I believe. Still deciding where to go, I guess. Okay, here it is. See, it's much slower, but it's still literally like the same animation. Almost exactly the same, with the same details. The bottom wings take a little longer to flap out, see? And the tail. But eventually there it is. Oh yeah, and then it gets a little sort of capsulized sunroof there. You don't get that in 14, unfortunately. It just the car is topless the whole time. I'm making my default mount for a while. Yeah, on top. Some people might prefer it this way though. Even if it's not like super accurate. I think some people are probably like, fuck it. I'd rather have it topless the whole time. Yeah, the only thing that doesn't move is the back, the sort of trunk in the back seat. It does not flap open to put anything away. Because that's where the sunroof will come out from. Because this one doesn't get a sunroof, that's why it doesn't open. To put it away or take it out. I do wonder why they skipped out on it. Some people do want the sunroof. Anyway, we gotta move on. Just wanted to give proper respect to F15 and the crossover event that they had. So yeah, Leon's got a sweet new ride now that resembles Noctis's. Because he's rolling, he's balling like that now. I hate that I have to constantly change the game audio levels. Pardon me, headphone users. Because when you go to check clips, they're just quieter for some reason. Like the recordings saved on the PS5 are for some reason like 10 times quieter. So right now when I switched back to the game, it was hella loud. I apologize for that. Anyway. So yeah, Leon's just been hanging out, kind of doing his thing while we were following Noctis's adventures in Eos and taking down the Niflheim Empire and, you know, the whole drama with Arden and everything. And I guess, you know, he's just been escorting hookers to their clients or something for Gegaruji or some shit. I don't know what the fuck he's been doing, but I mean that's what we caught him doing when we came back to him just now. Just wandering around aimlessly doing what adventurers do, right? Working for clients and all that. Excuse me. Oh, nice. We caught somebody doing the Manderville. Whatever happened to old Hildebrand? We haven't seen him in a long time, have we? Since he flew off with that damn sword at the end of his, that extravagant case when we first joined up with him after, 1.0. Back in Realm Reborn. Well, Nashu's here. I'm probably still looking for him since that happened. As you catch sight of Nashu, you cannot help but wonder if you're about to have a bad time. Where's the faith, man? Well, I'll be Leon Starcrest in the flesh. A pleasure to see you again. Likewise, Nashu, how have you been? Wait, is this what they call serendipity? It is, isn't it? That settles it. You've got to help me find the inspector. What? Cor, I was hoping you would silently agree. Of course. All he did was, what? And he was like, yeah. So I've been trying to calculate the trajectory the inspector took when he was catapulted into the sky again. I've triple-checked my figures and concluded he must have landed somewhere here in Ishgard. Okay. Unfortunately, the investigation hasn't been proceeding as smoothly as I'd hoped. But now that you're here, we're sure to make some progress. Come, let's speak with the merchants and see if anyone hasn't had dealings with a gentlemanly Highlander. So her instinct brought her here. Like this is where he landed? When he flew off with that sword? Sure, maybe. A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? My apologies, but I cannot say I've had dealings with a man as you described. Okay, not off to a good start. Good morrow to you, sir. Oh, you're looking for someone? A gentlemanly Highlander? I know not this man of whom you speak, but mayhap Mistress Celestas? If that's how you say her name. I think I'm butchering it, but she is well acquainted with rather a lot of merchants and noblemen. Okay. Let's do this real quick. Also, I gotta check some shit. That's good. Alright. The essentials are out of the way. I've sold my fair share of goods to Highlander adventurers, aye, but I'd not describe such clients as particularly gentlemanly, I'm afraid. We're not getting anywhere. How about you? As ever, a warm welcome to you, sir. How may I be of service? I'm looking for someone. A gentlemanly Highlander. A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? Now that I think of it, I have heard tell of a foreigner who may be the man whom you seek. Somebody's doing his dance over there. Or was. I don't think they're there anymore. Huh. I'm begging your pardon, miss, but did you say you know Inspector Hildebrand? Excuse me. An acquaintance of yours, I presume? I do not know his name, only that he is here by invitation of Lord Edmond. Or so it is rumored. Surely as a ward of House Fortom, it would be a trifling matter to go and ask after him at the manor. I think I'd be fine. Car! I knew it was serendipity. To Fortom Manor! Okay. Yeah, that's someone else doing that. Oh, I think she just changed outfits with the same chick. Doing the Manderville dance. Well, if she knows it, that means he's got to be around here somewhere. He's the only person who could have taught her that dance. Well, I guess him and his father, right? Hildebrand and Godbert Vanderbilt. Well met, Master Starcrest. Do you require assistance? Well, yeah. Sort of. Ah, it is as you say. At this time, Lord Edmont is entertaining a foreign guest. Huzzah! We found the inspector! Have we? If I am not mistaken, their meeting should be ending shortly. If you like, you may retire to the gazebo and wait for our guest to depart. A gazebo? Aren't those dangerous? Then again, you seem a responsible sort, not like to let a wild gazebo run amok. Very well, we humbly accept your offer. And if it wakes up, I'll have you there to protect me. Why would a gazebo wake up? Either I'm missing a reference here, or she's just paranoid. Because we do run into weird shit in this game. They're waiting all patiently. Alright, Nasher? With what powerful magics did they tame this dread fiend? What are you talking about? Seriously, what the hell? Is she talking about the gazebo? Does she still think it's some kind of monster that's gonna spring to life? Jesus, my voice is failing me at the worst time. Must be Inspector Hildebrand. Somehow I doubt it. I cannot well imagine how arduous your journey must have been. Truth be told, I found the brisk earthen air to be rather invigorating. It stimulates body and mind both, a welcome benefit when one must discuss matters of commerce. I dare say we would not have accomplished so much otherwise. There you are, Inspector! I've been looking all over for you. Oh, it's his father. I say, who do I see before me? Not one, but two of my beloved son's faithful companions. Lord Godbert? But I thought... Well, they do look alike. We're looking for your son, we still don't know where the fuck he is. Hildy? In Ishgard? This is the first I've heard of it. Aha! I found you at last, heretic! Uh-oh. Not this again. Yes, you! The hulking brute with a mad gleam in his eye. Your brazen heresy is plain for all to see. Surrender yourself to the Inquisition at once. I beg your pardon? This man is an Ul'dan merchant here at the behest of House Fortom. Such baseless accusations will not be tolerated. A guest of House Fortom? Then he couldn't possibly... There were those two wards that... But they were acquitted of all charges in a trial by combat. And if he demands the right to... Then I would personally have to... Oh dear. You jumped the gun, buddy. 1,000 apologies, good sir. I spoke out of turn. I am Sir, and as you may have guessed, I am an Inquisitor who has been charged with investigating reports of a rather suspicious, possibly heretical individual. Oh, a heretic, you say? One who bears a passing resemblance to me? Aye, A man rather muscular, wearing dark garments and acquitting himself in a somewhat gentlemanly fashion, as some might say. This heretic sounds like the spitting image of Inspector Hildebrand. Could he be a fan? Say again? You are acquainted with such a man? Slow your roll, buddy. I see. And the man you are looking for is Lord Godbert's son? It would seem that our investigations may be connected. So I put to you a proposal. The first reported sightings of the heretic I am tracking came from Falcon's Nest. Mayhap we should journey there together? It is, after all, possible that we are seeking the selfsame individual. If so, and if he is innocent, it would be for the best if he were present when I apprehend him, that we might resolve this matter without incident. I say we go with him, Leon. This looks to be our best lead yet. Okay. And I shall accompany you all. It has been far too long since I laid eyes on my beloved son, and if there is a chance we might be reunited, I should be glad to seize it. Then it is settled. We shall leave for Falcon's Nest at once. Okay then. Oh, I think I finally understand what you meant, Crimson. The shrug was needed after the hooker escort. I didn't think of that actually. I think I was just going with the wink for the comedic effect, but the shrug would have been just as funny actually. Yeah, good old Leon here, just spending his free time escorting, well, escorts of a different kind. I mean, he was putting his newfound gunbreaker powers and abilities to use, you know? It's a Radovon taught him it's the ability to protect people, right? So he was protecting that young courtesan as she made her way to her client, so... He was doing his job as a gunbreaker, alright? He was protecting. He was being an escort. Master Starcrest, are these your traveling companions? For now, yeah, I guess. Gunbreakers, also known as hired bodyguards, exactly. Hey, escorts need bodyguards too sometimes. Escorts need escorts. The mysterious muscular vagabond? Ah, yes. A patrol sighted him lurking near the Dusk Vigil. Thinking he might be a lost traveler, they called out to him, but rather than approach, he fled. Quite frankly, I am surprised you bothered to come all this way. That sighting barely warranted a mention in my report. Aha! The unmistakable scent of heresy! Ah, terribly sorry. Old habit I picked up from my mentor. I know. I will not rush to judgment as before. Still, much as I hope you find your missing inspector, I must confess some small desire that we instead unearth a lingering pocket of heresy. Of late there have been virtually no confirmed instances of heretical misdeeds. It's gone so bad that some are speculating our funding may be reduced. Or worse, that the Inquisition's operations might come under review. That is why, Halone is my witness, I will find and bring a heretic to justice and prove that our order still has value in these uncertain times. You're slipping down a treacherous path there. You know, if you try to force it, you might end up convicting someone innocent for your own cause. Like a cop planting drugs on somebody just to convict them, you know? Planting them in somebody's car as they search it, quote-unquote. Yes, I understand, you have your reasons. But whether or not this vagabond was a heretic remains to be seen. Still, if you are set upon your course, you might begin your search near the Dusk Vigil. An excellent suggestion, Sir Redwall. Should we succeed in our endeavor, rest assured that you shall share in the glory. You will share in the glory, sorry. It's been a while. FF15 was 35 parts, that was longer than FF12. Imagine that. I didn't have to do any voice acting at all until now, basically. The hunt continues. Onward to the Dusk Vigil. I am told that region is especially cold, so do not forget to dress appropriately for the weather. I think I'm covered. in pretty bulky ass black leather clothing. I think it's good. Alright, the legacy of Lucis and Garland Ironworks. Propel me to my destination. How fucking I zoomed in? Not that far. There we go. Look at Leon the Giga Chad. Hold on, he needs to complete the look. There we go. Leon the Giga Chad over here. Sunglasses, one arm on the fucking the door. Driving the goddamn car with one hand. This song is lighthearted enough to fit the theme of the Hildebrand quest we're now doing. I'm gonna let the mount music stay for a while. Kinda fits. Jesus, this place must be far as shit. Where? Damn! Yeah, we still got a ways to go. Good thing you can land fully vertically in this game. Ashu? Look, it's frozen! Wait, does that mean the fish are frozen too? Probably, which means they're dead. Godbird has less clothes on every time we see him. He was like the most covered up when we first saw him in Foundation. Then he was Sans coat when we saw him earlier, and now he doesn't even have the shirt he had on. I trust you are managing? Good. It would be a shame if we had to turn back now. Damn. Excuse me? This land has a beauty all its own, don't you think? A pity my dear wife isn't here to enjoy it. Yeah, where is she? With her frying pan of destruction. Fury, take me, it's freezing! Gosh, this is a waste of time. No living thing could survive in this godforsaken wasteland. Damn, dude. You don't get out much, do you? Over there, look! Someone's coming from the vigil. Inspector! Inspector, is that you? As I live and breathe, of all the places to be reunited with Master Zombiebrand's compatriots. How fare you all this fine morning? Didn't expect to see a zombie out here. Well, we are near Dust Vigil. There were a lot of zombies in there when I cleared that place out. Hark! A heretic raised from the dead by his brother's unholy magics! He's not a heretic, he's one of the gentle dead men. What brings you so far from Ul'dah, good sir? Well, as you know, ours is a rather lonely existence. So when we heard rumors of an abandoned fortress held by zombies, we were delighted. I was chosen to serve as emissary and set out immediately. Alas, it seems my efforts were for naught. Ah, truly? Every last one dead? That is to say, irrevocably dead? If it was necessary, then so be it. Still, after coming all this way, it is more than a little disappointing, you understand. Then, my calculations were wrong? The Inspector didn't land in Kurthus? No, do not fret so. If it is our overlord you seek, then you are in luck. As the founder of the Gentle Deadmen, our fates and our ether are inextricably entwined. In fact, I can feel it calling to me now. Truly, good sir? You can guide us to Inspector Hildebrand? As surely as my rotting nose can lead me to fresh brains. Follow me, my friends. Okay then. You coming with us, buddy? One must remain vigilant for heresy, for it can manifest in myriad ways. It is a vile and insidious sickness which must needs be burned out ere the infection takes hold. Surely zombification would qualify, yes? Oh, brother. Confound it, they've left us behind! Well... well, at least right now I don't have to be lowering and raising my mic volume constantly. Since I'm reading all the lines again, unlike in 15. Don't call it a comeback. Who do they think they are, commandeering this investigation? That employing a zombie as a bloodhound? It beggars belief! We must regain control of the situation. With me, Leon. This guy's gonna be a bit of a... well, we'll just have to keep an eye on him, I guess. Shit, they went kind of far. I hit something. I touched ground somewhere. There they are. Sickness is wont to fester and spread, yes? Is it truly safe to consort with this man? I like that he's wearing the same outfit. Sort of this, almost the same outfit, not the right color, but he's got the same sword, shield, and crown on his head that Hildebrand put on in 1.0 when he wanted to go stop Dalamud himself from falling. Simply basking in this magnificent scenery fills me with inspiration. What are you guys looking at? It is pretty majestic in its own way. Inspector! Inspector! He'll answer eventually. Maybe. Hold a moment, my friends. I must needs concentrate. Master Zombiebrand is indeed nearby, but there is also something else. Mayhap a powerful magic confounding my senses. I can guide you no further. We must needs split up and search the area. Now see here! These wastes are infested with wild beasts, and you would have us split up? Leon can handle himself, true, and you've clearly no reason to fear death. But what of Mistress Nashu? Ah, I take your meaning. My good zombie, Leon, pray see to the lady's protection. Inquisitor, sir, would you care to take the lead? I guess Godbert will stick with him. Come on, you two. The inspector's out there somewhere. Well, okay. You heard the lady. Ah, those sculpted legs clad in gentlemanly trousers. I know them. Oh yeah? See something? Actually, I think I just saw what he's talking about. I may have found them. Look, Leon. That's gotta be the inspector. And he's surrounded by giant, fluffy, man-shaped gazebos. Is that their actual name, or is she just... Nay, my lady, they are not mere gazebos. Note their regal bearing. They are gentlemen gazebos. Fearsome yet fastidious foes, who would surely tear me rotting limb from rotting limb. Mayhap that's the confusion. And yes, I did just unironically say mayhap. Their language is sticking with me. Only Leon can save Master Zombiebrand now. Alright, I'm on it. I don't know why I called him Al, but we're just gonna go with that. Doesn't have a name. Defeat the gentleman yetis. Not gazebos. Alright, let's do this. So I forgot to mention this when we did the Gunbreaker storyline before heading into FF15. But there was a few. Obviously, there's a few moves here that are their animations are shared with Final Fantasy VIII. Like for example, No Mercy was of course Cypher's move, but the thing is, I don't think he does it during that limit break, because it was his limit break was in FF8 was No Mercy, and then what was it, Fire Cross or something? I don't know if he did it during that or if only during the intro cinematic for Final Fantasy VIII. When he used No Mercy on Squall, but he taunted him first. Like I said, I can't remember if he actually does it in the actual animation for the limit break. It might just be in the cinematic for the intro, but the animation for it is actually this. That taunt. We all saw Cypher do that during FF8. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. Actual No Mercy doesn't... It's nothing. It's just its own thing. And then... Well, what else? Well, other ones are going to require enemies, so... Blasting Zone, of course, Squall Limit Break. Except it's supposed to extend like 10 times past the Earth's surface, but, you know, they made it more practical here. I think I mentioned it before, but Burst Strike is, of course, when you do the regular auto attack in FF8, but you pull the trigger at the right time. That. And Walker added an extra hit to that. Nice little combo move. What else? Those are the only ones that stand out to me for now. But if I remember any more, the rest of them I think are just based on name. They're mostly a name reference rather than animations. Like for example, we already talked about No Mercy. Danger Zone becomes Blasting Zone. The actual FF8 limit break. Where is it? Let's just show that one. Rough Divide. It's a gap closer in this game. But, you know, that was Squall's starting limit break in FF8. Was Rough Divide. Where he... Well, the animation is actually when you spread with the weapon out. This. And then when he reached the enemy, he would do an uppercut, and then an explosion from the ground would follow. Here, it's just a gap closer that just kind of leaps like that. Just kind of does a cartwheel with the gunblade. So they mix and match the names and animations of certain moves that Squall used. Squall and Cypher used in Final Fantasy VIII. These are all original. Faded Circle. That one is, crap, I don't have a cartridge right now. What is the quickest way to... Oh, right, Bloodfest will actually do that. Where is it? I need an enemy, though. Okay, he respawned. Well, I might as well talk about that one a little bit right now, too. Bloodfest is essentially, it says right there, draws etheric energy from a target, adding 3 cartridges to your powder gauge. It's literally the draw animation. When you junction a Guardian Force and you use draw to draw magic from an enemy, you'll see it right here. Okay, just exactly like, you know, in Final Fantasy VIII. And so then you can use things like Faded Circle. There you go. The difference being Squall would jump into the air, do Faded Circle, the explosion would expand outward from there, and then set them on fire. So that's another FF8 reference. Yeah, so Bloodfest is basically draw, like when you're drawing magic. And that's pretty much it in terms of names. Animations, I'll have to look out for them, but for the most part, I think a lot of these other moves, their animations are basically either original, or they mix original animations, like moves with the gunblade, with ones that Squall maybe used during his limit break, like Renzo Kuken, Lionheart. Because Renzo Kuken, remember, differed between boss fights. For generic enemies, it was always a solid animation. For certain boss fights, he would do a different animation based on the boss, like the big spider robot, XATM or whatever at the beginning. He jumped on its head and actually started like stabbing at it and shit. Lionheart was the final limit break you could unlock, and that one was a static animation as well, no matter who you were fighting, it was always the same animation. But the animation goes so fast, I've never slowed it down. So if they took any moves from Lionheart and used them for any attacks here, I wouldn't really know. But yeah. So yeah, I was meant to talk about that and demonstrate that a little bit more after the Gunbreaker storyline, but went over my head, totally forgot, and then we went straight into FF15, so. When you see a Gunbreaker do that, I just think of Chris from Mario 5 doing his taunt. Oh, that's true! That's true, Crimson. I know what you're talking about when you see, this, right? Royal Guard, yeah. Chris does do a very similar taunt to that when you click in the sticks or whatever. And Sheva just does a whistle. I think I demonstrated that when I streamed Resident Evil 5 a long time ago. The taunts. But, anyway, back to Hildebrand. We never even made it to the FF8 soundtrack on FF15's MP3 player and the Regalia's MP3 player, unfortunately. I think we'll make it there when we go back to do the Pitios ruins and the post-marathon content. That jump quest dungeon is going to take a while. We'll have a lot of music to listen to. Inspector! Inspector! Can you hear me? We've been looking all over for you. Oh, but this just won't do. We've got to get you out of there before you catch a cold. If he's not already frozen to death. This animation looks very... Up! Up and at them! Everyone is waiting for you! They can't do it. He's a masochist, so he probably likes it. Jesus. Forgive me. If I pull any harder, my arms are like to tear. You are rotting flesh, that's true. Ah, there you are. We heard shouting. Have you perchance found something? Fury, take me. Is that my heretic? Confound it, I wanted him alive! Not rotting in freezing temperature. That's true. But he was rotting before he left Thanalan and came here on vacation, though. So if he's... But the cold should keep him from rotting any further, yeah. Inspector Hildebrand is definitely not a heretic. And he's probably not dead, either. He's just hibernating, like last time. Like when he fell from Dalamud. That's true. I mean, Realm Reborn's Hildebrand story ended very similarly to Dalamud. He had that spear that launched him straight up there. At 1.0, and then he flew over it and crash landed just like that and survived. So, this time it was that sword of those chicks or whatever. They're like family treasure. Same thing though. It launched him. He held onto it, went flying, landed the same way, I guess. So yeah, he's probably still alive. Well, Hildy ever was a late riser. Fear not, my wife and I had our ways of waking him. What do you got, Godbert? We all know to stand back. He's gotta go fully naked for this, huh? Hildebrand has... Oh my god, I can't read that. He just told him to wake up. Right this instant. Okay, here we go. That did the trick. Yeah, that did it alright. Yeah. Imagine waking up to this shit. Holy shit, man. And there he goes. I haven't seen these scenes in a long time, so it's hard for me to time that shit. You can't remember who was the mentor for that guy? Which guy? The guy that was a dick to us, or the chick in the Dark Knight quest line? I'm not sure who you're referring to. I know you're talking about one of these characters, right? Was it the Manderville Meteor Strike or the Manderville Meteor Drive? Bah, maybe Julian was right. Trying to name everything only leads to needless confusion. That's true. One more time, then. Out you go! Like, dude, he got him stuck more than before. Holy shit. He came out with something extra. Splendidly suplexed, Lord Godbert! The scholar? Because you kept calling people heretic. Oh. It's this scholar you're talking about right here? If he appears in a different storyline, I don't remember him. I only remember him from this one. So I'm not really sure. I can't answer that, unfortunately. Where am I? The snowy wastelands of Kurthus? And who are these people I see before me? Your old friends, buddy. Ah, but of course! Who else would venture into inhospitable climes and wake me from slumber sweet but my beloved fans? Well, he's right about one of us, at least. Why do I feel as though I've stepped through a portal into an alternate reality unbound by the laws of logic? He's got a point. I don't question it, dude. I just kind of roll with it. What is that, a magnet? Where did it come from? It does look like one. It kind of looks like the little mammoths from the Great Google Library. They had they were dressed up like the job classes, the classic job classes from old Final Fantasy games, you know? So there's a little black mage, but not a regular black mage. You look kind of like a certain character we know from a previous Final Fantasy game, actually. Oh, that? When my father drove me into the earth, I found it buried underneath the snow. Beneath the snow, sorry. Yeah, he looks very familiar, actually. 1, 2, 3. 3.5 of us. Well, that doesn't really sound right, but 4 of us are wearing glasses. One of us only half though. Half a pair. A monocle that Hildebrand's got. A little Lalafellan girl. How adorable. Nashu, please. Not the firm, muscular legs, not unlike my own. 'Tis clearly a Lalafellan boy. Now that you mention it, I suppose his features are rather masculine. You two cannot possibly be serious. I am the very soul of seriousness, good sir. Especially in matters of deduction. This is undoubtedly a young boy who, much like myself, fell into a deep slumber upon being buried beneath the snow. Now then, let us gently wake him and ascertain his identity. Gently wake him. There, that ought to do it! That genuinely surprised me, I forgot he... It worked? What is this place? Who am I? Robotic-ass voice. What the fuck is that? That face? Holy shit. Wow, we got a big posse right now. I remember nothing. 'Tis not in all creation that cannot be repaired with a little tender love and care. Okay. Master Zombiebrand is alive and full of beans. It's a miracle. It's like last time. Surely there is a perfectly logical explanation for all of this. Maybe. Inspector Hildebrand's back, and he brought a friend. It would seem that although Father's ungentle ministrations served to restore this young boy to life, they also robbed him of his memory. Or he lost it before he passed out. How did I get here? Who am I? Why can I not remember? Do not worry, young man. Everything will be alright. Take it from me. I have lost my memory more times than I can even remember. That's... yeah, I guess that makes sense. In a very weird way, yeah. Then can you help me to remember? I don't think I questioned that line the first time through this. It just dawned on me what it sounded like. I was like, wait, that's... oddly true-ish? Kind of makes sense? Hearken to me now, for I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, do hereby swear to solve the mystery of the amnesic Hoddled boy. Hoddled hoy. Not Hoddled boy. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll get started on a batch of Nash's delights. Oh, a Hoddled boy. Ah. Effective as your explosives were in the past, I suspect that young Gigi lacks the hardy constitution required to survive such an approach. Gigi? Is that my name? Close enough. When you woke, you were muttering, Gigi Gigi Gigi. I suspect the phrase may hold some significance for you, so until such time as we learn your real name, I say why not adopt it as a playful moniker? But that's just the sound all mammoths make. Oh, what kind of imbecile goes and names a mammoth Gigi anyway? I mean, it's pretty close to Vivi, who, let's be honest, we all know that's who this mammoth's modeled after. Little Vivi from Final Fantasy IX, who was also implied to be a robot of some kind. Gigi. I like this name. Thank you, kind sir. But how will this new name help me to remember who I am? Patience, Gigi. This is only the beginning. Next, we will return to the city and see if we cannot find any who know who you are. Come along. Even adjusted his little hat just like Vivi. Now that I know our overlord is safe and sound, I too must take my leave of you and return to my brothers. I dare say rigor mortis will set in if I remain here any longer. Yeah, that's true. Bound for Thanlin? Then allow me to accompany you. Julianne will give me no end of trouble if I keep her waiting much longer. Though perhaps she will forgive me once I tell her of Hildy's return. I'm sure she'll be happy to hear that, actually. This is rather a lot to digest, though you have the look of one accustomed to such happenings. Yeah, I am used to it, actually. In any case, regardless of Mistress Nash's protestations, the Inspector will not be granted access to the capital until we can confirm that he is not a heretic. You have my word that he will be treated fairly. I do. Oh, not this again. Another shady-ass dude following us around? Ooh. Fury, take me, that man. Ah, Leon. I suppose you have heard the news, then. That Inspector Hildebrand was cleared of all suspicion and judged to be no more than an eccentric curiosity? If you are looking for him, good luck. I wanted to thank him for his cooperation, but as soon as the Temple Knights released him, he and his assistant ran off to gods know where, with that mammoth in tow. As for my investigation, in spite of all the twists and turns, I managed to salvage a satisfactory result. As far as the Inquisition is concerned, the suspicious vagabond was not more than a zombie which wandered away from the Dusk Vigil. Sickness which has since been purged. So it would seem that all is right with the world once more. For now. I have no doubt that the Inspector will turn up again like a bad gill, and when he does, trouble is sure to follow. You got that right. But it can be funny at times, so I'll take it. Oh wow, the episodes are much shorter than A Realm Reborn. That was pretty short. I can see why though, and I'll say something about it in a minute. See you, Inspector Hildebrand. Until next time. So I bet the reason the episodes are much shorter now, again, first of all, in general, A Realm Reborn had way more fucking content. Like, remember how long it took us? I think Realm Reborn also took us like, maybe just the post-game alone took us like 20 parts almost. It was crazy. Realm Reborn has a fuck ton of post-game content. Mostly the same shit over and over, but still, they were working with what they had back then. They didn't have many ideas yet. You know, shit ton of dungeons and trials. But Hildebrand was a big part of it, and that's why the episodes were pretty long back then, I think. Now in Post Heavensward, they were obviously focusing a lot more of the writers on the main content. You know, blew people out of the water with how good it was. And how good it still is, honestly, the main scenario quest. It's probably my favorite part of Heavensward, of course. But then, of course, they also branched out with the other guy that was with us during the Hildebrand adventures, Inspector Briarden, the Scholasticate quest we did with him. Which, by the way, for those of you curious, for this entire story, Heavensward story arc of Hildebrand, it's going to be just like the Scholasticate. It's nothing but dialogue. As far as I know, there's like little to no combat whatsoever, just like the Scholasticate quest with Briarden. It's the same thing, except this is obviously humorous, and the Scholasticate quests were all dead serious with very little humor in them. But yeah, because they were doing a lot more, they were fleshing out the post-game a little bit more than the Realm Reborn, a little bit more variety, just a little bit more variety. I think that's why the Hildebrand quests are actually going to be a little bit shorter this time around. That was a really short episode compared to those ones, the Realm Reborn stuff. Alright, on to the next one. The Gigi situation. Not Vivi, Gigi. Sir must once more enter into a world he does not quite understand. Him and me both. I pray this eve finds me well, Leon, or at least better than it finds me. Excuse me. It seems I have no choice but to seek out that inspector and convince him to surrender up his mammoth to me. Why? 'Twas unearthed under most suspicious circumstances, after all, and who can say what secrets or heresy it might hold? Therefore, the Inquisition would conduct a thorough inspection, and if needs must, destroy it. That's kind of cruel. Given his affinity for the contraption, I fear the inspector may not be amenable to my request. Nevertheless, he must be made to see that it is in the interest of public safety. Would you be willing to help me persuade him? I guess, if it has to be that way. Fury be praised, at least you have seen reason. Let us pray he will as well. I guess I meant to say, at least you have seen reason. I am given to understand that while the inspector and his assistant have been wandering all over the city with the mammoth in tow, they often frequent the gazebo near Fort Tom Manor. With any luck, they will be there now. Wait, is it just past the doorway? Is this worth it? Oh no, yeah it is. I almost thought these were NPCs. I'm used to FF15 now, and the fact that I don't have name tags on for people and other players in this game. After playing FF15, I'm more so now impacted by that, and I'm just like, oh, these are NPCs, then I realized, wait, no, they're not. They're actual fucking players. But this little Lalafell just sitting on the bench just made me freak out and think that was an NPC that wasn't there before. I was like, wait, what the fuck? My immersion! To the very pinnacle of the heavens! Is he trying to cast Ultima? Why did he say that? Isn't she adorable? I suppose mammoths are gender neutral, aren't they? They're just little robots. What are you teaching? Him, her. Hildebrand? Verily shall we scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven hells to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the answers we seek. Oh, that's why he said it. Okay. I was like, someone quoting La Habrea's Ultima fucking incantation? Every day shall be filled with grand adventures, the stuff of fairy tales and legends. Huzzah! A grand adventure in the deepest pit of the seven hells. Just so. Such is the creed of Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Oh, shit! He's even got the moves! Well posed, Gigi, well posed. I dare say you have the potential to be an exemplary inspector someday. Right, that's enough of that. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Supreme Sacred Tribunal of Hellonic Inquisitory Doctrine, I hereby command you to surrender that mammoth of suspected heretical origin into my custody. That was a lot to say in one breath, I gotta say. I didn't think I was gonna manage that. Why, hello there, Leon. An Inquisitor, sir, ever the jester, accusing poor Gigi of being a clockwork heretic when 'tis plain to see that he is merely a precocious young lad. Oh, there you go again, confusing the poor girl, as if those big, beautiful, boxy eyes aren't the soul of femininity. Now they're gonna argue about what gender Gigi is? Great. Nashu, please, were you not witness to the magnificent display of Mandervillian masculinity mere moments ago? To be fair, I did see a cat girl doing the same moves. So, she does have that going for her. That's because you haven't taught her any better. She needs a proper role model to show her what's what. There's the pose we just saw that cat girl hooker do at Limsa, or Costa del Sol, to be more precise. Master Starcrest? Inspector, sir? What is all this commotion? We can hear you from the courtyard. Oh, Lord Edmund! My sincerest apologies for the disturbance. I am come to seize this mammoth on behalf of the Inquisition, a fact which I clearly explained to the Inspector before you arrived. At which point they set to bickering about the contraption's gender. What say you, my lord? Do you think Gigi a boy or a girl? He's clearly a strapping young lad, no? Fury take me, not you too! Has the whole world gone mad? Fine, fine, but even supposing that this Gigi is a real boy, you cannot deny that the circumstances of his discovery and miraculous resuscitation were most unusual. Dude, he just got repaired by Godbert. What the fuck? What's so miraculous about that? He cannot be suffered to roam the city with impunity until the Inquisition has determined he is not a threat. I beg your pardon? Miraculous resuscitation? Thank you for finding that equally as ridiculous as me. Oh, but he didn't know why. We had to explain it to him. I see. And until such time as Gigi recovers his memory, mayhap it would be best if you adopted him as a ward of House Manderville. I will even stand as witness here and now, if you wish. Unexpected, but a good thing. Adopt? Then that would make me Gigi's father? Oh shit, I didn't think that one through. Hildebrand as a dad? That sounds a little... Doubtless the Inquisition would think better of taking any action which might threaten the cordial relationship between our two houses. Yes, of course. I'll do it. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby grant this child the patronage of House Manderville. Papa Hildy! Papa Hildy! The Inspector's finally become a father. It's so beautiful. Okay, Nashu, calm down. Quite. Now that you need no longer fear the Inquisition, you are free to show Gigi more of our fair city. Indeed, I strongly encourage you to do so. Mayhap, by the grace of the Fury, something will jog his memory. Thank you, Lord Edmond. I shall not forget this kindness. Come, my faithful assistant, my beloved son, we must away. There they go. Oh, Halone, I would not presume to question your grand design, but... Gah, confound it all! Well, mayhap I cannot detain the mammoth, but I am still within my rights to observe the blasted thing. Do what you gotta do, man. I'm just here to enjoy the ride, personally. Lord Godbert will be pleased to hear that his son is as hale and healthy as ever. Not that I would ever presume to meddle on another father's behalf, and certainly not without consent. Don't worry about it, man. Your help was, much appreciated. That situation could have gone sour. Pretty quick if it wasn't for you. Where did I put that? Give me a little snack. I forgot to eat lunch before I started this stream. It's been a while. I got out of my routine, you know? Since I took some time off. Put this over here. There. For those of y'all wondering, it's a Skittle. What is this? Can't really read out lines when I got fucking food in my mouth. Oh, look at all them halberds. I've never seen such a well-armed building before. What's she talking about? Oh, yeah, I never actually noticed that myself. Holy shit. That's the tribunal, right? Yeah. Where we unlocked the Dark Knight dog. Subclass, a long time ago. Ah, how long must I stand around waiting for that mammoth to do something impassively heretical? Or heretical, however you pronounce it. Judging by the size of their estate, they wealth to rival House Vanderbilt. Yeah, I'm sure they do, Hildebrand. I think, they're definitely as wealthy as you, if not more. Come now, Gigi. Surely gazing upon this wondrous work of Ishgardian architecture stirs something within your soul. This grand manor of House Durin... House Durin... Maltam's part... Sart... Dude, you can't even get the name right. Pray do not fill the mammoth's head with such nonsense. That is the supreme sacred tribunal of Hellenic inquisitory doctrine. I should know. I work there. Furthermore, I am quite certain that there is no House Durin Maltamsart, and that is that it is rather a ludicrous portmanteau of the four high houses. I don't know if that's how you say that word, portmanteau. Including that esteemed house which but recently stood as witness to your adoption. Poor Tom, yeah. Well, Gigi, do you remember anything? Nope. No, nothing. I say, rather than parading him before the grandiose, why not give him a taste of something more prosaic? Let us make our way to the holy stables, that he might bask in the singular sights, sounds, and smells of Ishgard's famous chocobos. I didn't know the chocobos here were famous. Well, actually, yeah, I think it's because he's probably referring to the special black chocobo. The special breed that can fly. Unlike the regular ones that the rest of the Eorzea has. That would make them famous, yeah. You alright, buddy? Patience. Patience. A Watts heretic never sins. Such noble creatures, chocobos. How many halcyon days did I pass in the saddle, racing across the windswept plains? So if I wanted hair that color, I'd have to eat plums, ball fruits, and pineapples. But how many? That's a good question. I do like how they outfit them, though. Ah, I need a stretch. Splendid specimens of horse-bird flesh, would you not agree? In the hands of a skilled jockey, any one of them could take first place at the saucer. If you raise them right enough too and breathe them right. These chocobos are the pride of the Ishgardian cavalry, and any temple knight who dared exploit them for personal gain would answer to the Fury herself. How about now, Gigi? Do you remember anything about Ishgard? Be sure to sniff the chocobos, it might help. It didn't. You know, just because you found them in a Curthan snowbank, it doesn't mean he hails from Ishgard. Which is why we ought to try taking him to the markets and exposing him to all manner of goods from across Eorzea. Excellent suggestion, Inquisitor. Wait, am I now complicit in this farce? Fury, forgive me. Yeah, you're with us now. Let's go. But I want one! I want one! Buy me a chocobo! Please, father? Father, that strange-looking thing is staring at us. Gee. Didn't even turn to look. It was like, ah, don't mind that, let's get out of here. Am I that strange-looking? Oh. Poor Vivi just got his feelings hurt. So he's capable of emotions. Like Vivian, FF9 was. Despite being artificial. Well... almost spoke out of line. I was about to comment something that would be a spoiler at this point in the story, so... too soon. Can't say it yet. What if I picked one with my eyes closed, and gave it as a name day gift to myself? Oh, I wonder what I'd get me. That's probably the dumbest moment I've seen for Nashu. It's like, even if there were two of you, neither one would know what the other got you if you closed your eyes before you picked one. Because you closed your eyes! Receive your orders, detain your heretic, meet your quota. Fury take me, it used to be so simple. Frightening on occasion, I grant you, but with my mentor's little episodes. But simple nonetheless. My mentor's little episodes, I think you're onto something, Crimson. We do know that one of the people you mentioned did have episodes, alright. But who could he be referring to? These goods would fetch a high price in Ul'dah. Well, at least Hildebrand knows his shit when it comes to the value of... the monetary market value of things, I guess. Why bother? It's no use. Now, Gigi, you must not give in to despair so easily. Did I not promise you days filled with grand adventures and the eventual discovery of your mislaid memories? Spirits, Gigi, spirits! Hildebrand may be a dumb idiot, but he's got a good heart. A heart of gold, one might say. Of course! Right after I praised him for something, too. Well, like I said, kind of an idiot, but his heart's in the right place at least, right? Who's gonna have to pay for that? My word, a vase flung to the ground with reckless abandon! Could this be the opening salvo of an indiscriminate campaign of vandalism? Jesus Christ, he doesn't even realize it was him! One waged by your wild gesticulations, perhaps. At least look before you strike a pose. The gods only know how much that vase cost. 123,504,000 gil at last assessment. It was over 700 years old and graced the homes of a dozen archbishops, 8 counts, 2 lord commanders, and 1 duke. Holy shit! The Duke. Oh no, this isn't Resident Evil Village. The place looks like it, but no. Not that Duke. 100 million gil? Yeah, he's breathless. Oh, Halone, why have you forsaken me? Might be time for a career change, buddy. Holy shit! Well, would you look at that? It's a miracle! Nay, the divine intervention of the Fury herself! Did I do that? You Steve Urkel now? Gigi, my boy, that was marvelous! You're a born artisan, just like your father. But he's repairing shit instead of breaking it. Papa Hildy's papa? Your grandpapa Godbert, the man who woke you with a few gentle taps to the noggin. You wouldn't believe what else he can do with that hammer of his. Why, some folks say he wields the very powers of life and death! Once he and the missus come back from their tour of the Western Highlands, I'm sure they'd love to see that trick of yours. Do not demean this mammoth's power as a mere parlor trick. We just witnessed a miracle, and I demand that you all acknowledge it. This mammoth? Sir, I say, sir, 100 million gil for the mammoth. Nay, 100 million gil and the Duke's priceless vase. Oh shit, now they... Okay, this is getting dark. Like, yeah, they're like, it can heal stuff, like, but Gigi. It's being seen like an object now. My word, is this what passes for trade in Ishgard? Gigi is my flesh and blood! I will not sell him at any price! Please, Papa Hildy, no more. I know you mean well, but we can deny the truth no longer. I am a mammoth. Gigi, whatever has gotten into you? You are my son! You are a Manderville man! Listen to your papa, Gigi. You're a Manderville girl, through and through. Still going at it with the subtle gender wars over here. Stop it, both of you! You're not my papa or my mama. Ouch. Oh, this just took a turn for the worse. Ah, the unmistakable scent of, well, perhaps not heresy exactly. Regardless, that mammoth's power cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands. Oh, children do say the most hurtful things. Do you guys notice when Gigi accidentally cast that spell, it used the same exact sound effect from using a magic spell in, maybe it was Final Fantasy 1, 2, or 3, one of those. The old NES ones. It was like... Very retro. Well, it is only to be expected. Gigi is at a rebellious age. Strange as it may sound, I too tested my parents' patience, and that on more than one occasion. But if they could weather the storm, then so can I. I say we found out what's got him thinking that he's a mammoth. Oh, she gave up with the she. But he is a mammoth. How can you not... Oh, never mind. Just so we're clear, you do agree that it's a mammoth, right? You don't honestly believe that, you know... No, yeah, it is, but that doesn't mean it can't have feelings and can't be a person, can it? I'm sure he didn't mean what he said about his Papa Hildy, which means... He thinks I'm his mom? Yeah, you caught that, right? He said, you're not my papa or my mama. Yeah. A measure of a mammoth, which means he sees you two as a couple, kind of. Well, why not? I guess I could say that's a pretty easy ship there. They're both very similar in a lot of ways. In more ways than... That's not a very flattering thing to say, I gotta say. But yeah, they're similar in a lot of ways. Unfortunately. Hildebrand and Nashu, I mean. So yeah, I think that's an easy ship. Them two as a couple. But anyway, the measure of a mammoth. The course of fatherhood never did run smooth, but I, Hildebrand, the guardian of Gigi, doting parent extraordinaire, shall find a way to overcome this trial and be reconciled with my beloved son. That's a nice new title he got for himself there. That's the spirit! Solving a simple case of childhood rebellion should be easy for a man who's unmasked thieves, defeated duelists, and led armies of the undead. Defeated duelists? I think you're getting them confused there with somebody else. Yes, that's all very... Wait, what was that about the undead? Actually, don't tell me. For now, all that matters is finding that mammoth. Leading armies of the undead, that's true. We should begin by speaking with the sentry stationed at the city gates and the airship landing. If Fury help us, he has left Ishgard. We need to know about it sooner rather than later. I will visit the Ark of the Worthy while the inspector and his assistant head to the airship landing. You can question the guard at the gate near the manufactory, after which we will regroup there and share our findings. Dismissed! Alright, Mr. Leader Guy. Excuse me. Forgot if you move. Okay. Somebody else doing the Manderville over here. Oh. Little fellow with a wide-brimmed hat? Ah, he came through here. Bought passage on a supply ship bound for Falcon's Nest. One of them was named Lalafels, right? Funny little buggers. Seem keen to be anywhere but here. Sure, yeah. Or Lalafell. We'll go with that for now. Well, if Gigi left the city, it was not by the main gates. And the sentries at the airship landing have seen no one matching his description. I think he came through here. Falcon's Nest? Fury, take me. Must we return to that freezing pit of despair? Wheresoever Gigi goes, I will follow him and find him and embrace him as my son once more. However, I surmise our final destination lies far beyond the walls of said outpost. Indeed, there is but one reason he would return to those frozen wastes. To frolic in the snow and cast his worries to the winds. I doubt it, but okay. Really? He seemed in no mood to frolic when last I saw him. As I recall, he used his arcane powers to mend the vase, only to become morose and belligerent when it became clear to him that he was in fact a mammoth. One might even say he remembered what he was, remembered his purpose. And so he returned to Western Kurthus, that famous breeding ground for heresy, where first we found him. Home to his heretic masters, to share with them the intelligence he had gathered on the city. At long last, the undeniable, the unquestionable, the unmistakable scent of heresy. This guy is so fucking desperate. What are we standing around for? We have a heretic to catch. SMH. What? Her blank stare. Inspector, I'm starting to think that Inquisitor Sir might not think very highly of our little girl. Oh, there she goes again. It is possible, but I would not presume to know his feelings ere he voiced them explicitly. Until such time as he does, we should endeavor to surreptitiously bring him around to the opinion that Gigi is a boy of pure heart and good intent. Subtlety in all things, Nashu. That is a Manderville way. Doesn't seem like it. You don't seem subtle at all, you nor your father. Any shit subtle about them. It's a bit early for a break, but I do have to use the restroom. So I might just... It's an hour and a half instead of 2 hours. I usually like to make these segments 2 hours, but... Oh well. Fuck it. Let's go like another 10 minutes. Oh fuck, that's actually further out than I thought it was. Made a lot of memories on this in this car. Gonna keep driving it around for a while. In honor of Noctis' sacrifice. Which is kind of sad when you think about the fact that Leon and him parted ways saying, hey, maybe we'll see each other again when all of this is over. Or Noctis didn't even know back then that he was destined to die. I'll never see him again now. Kind of sad. But such is fate. Aw, even her footprints are adorable. They almost look like they were made by one of those clockwork minions. Yes, that's a mammoth, Nashu. I would know those tiny footprints anywhere. Gigi came this way. Let's see. The tracks continue to the north. Aha! I knew it! The mammoth immediately left the outpost and looks to have headed north along the river. By the Fury, I cannot wait to finally catch him in the company of heretics. I don't much like your tone, Inquisitor. If our baby girl ran afoul of any heretics, she'd look them square in the eye and tell them she doesn't want any. We don't want any! Hugh encourages the cowardly dog memories. Hey, Inspector, I think I just had one of those moments, you know, of insight. Maybe Gigi came out here to find Lord Godbert. I did tell her grandpapa might be... Yeah, her grandpapa might like to see that trick of hers. Excuse me. Brilliant deduction, Nashu. He must be eager to meet his grandparents. The selfsame ones he renounced when he declared you were not his father? What a fine young gentleman, eager to explore his heritage. Let us make haste, my friends, for a reunion of 3 generations of Mandervilles beckons. I really can't be bothered. Just go with the flow, man. I learned a long time ago that's the best thing to do around these people. Just go with the flow. Holy shit. Went super close to that pillar without even realizing it. The trash continues to the north. This seems very familiar, doesn't it? The trash continued to the north. The trash continued to the north. Oh shit, Gigi, are you alright? Wait, why are they throwing... Is that Godbert and his wife, Julianne, throwing snowballs at each other? The fuck? Careful, my dear. That one was a bit below the belt. I think that was on purpose. Did she say anything? Probably not close enough. Pow! Right in the kisser! Come now, you'll have to do better than that. That's a really old school reference. I don't even remember the name of that show. I mean, it's not even from my generation, though. Yeah, I can't remember now. The mammoth lies motionless in the snow, fragments of ice stuck to its cap, suggesting the impact of something small and round traveling at high speed. He got smacked by a snowball, probably from these two. Why are there dead bodies of deer or whatever? This game's equivalent to deer. I gotta help Gigi out. Those two are too busy throwing snowballs at each other. Oh, my head. Who? Oh, it's you. You followed me. Yeah, of course. Trying to look out for you, little buddy. Oh, Gigi! If you wanted to have a snowball fight with your grandparents, you should have said so earlier. Papa Hildy was very worried, though he is glad to see that you are unharmed. It would seem he was struck by a snowball, much like these Steinbocks, these dead Steinbocks. Are you sure he isn't damaged? As if a mere blow to the head could fell our Gigi. We Mandervilles are made of sterner stuff. I myself have been driven head first into the earth on no fewer than 24 occasions. Several times from malms above, and my mind is no less brilliant for the experience. Sorry, I saw punctuation, but there wasn't. My mind is no less brilliant for the experience. Sure. I think he's right, though. I think he's already stupid from the beginning. I expect the Earth was no less brilliant for the experience either. Why are you... Are you nodding? Oh. He's behind me, isn't he? Yeah. What good fortune to cross paths with you lot so far from civilization. Forgive me for not taking notice earlier. I was engrossed in my duel with Julianne. But how rude of me. Would you care to join us? Grandpapa Godbert! Grandpapa Godbert! Mama Nashu says you wield the powers of life and death. I beg of you, Grandpapa Godbert, grant me life. Make me a real boy. Oh, it's Pinocchio now. Are you sure about this, son? It may sting a little. I will endure whatever I must to become a real boy. He already knows to back the fuck up. Now let us begin. Oh shit! That looks just like him. I like the nice touch with the color though. Blue underwear to match his old blue outfit. This body. It's everything I ever wanted. It's perfect. Thank you, Grandpapa Godbert. Thank you. Oh, but I have not even begun to begin. Virigot, guide my hammer. Oh shit, he's just getting started. Monka S. He just used the level 2 limit break. Blade dance, but with the hammer. Yes, thank you, Cloud, for giving us a mini Omni Slash. Well, ain't that something? Papa Hildy, I'm a Manderville man. You sure are. Gigi, my son, come to your father. Let me have a look at you. Dun, 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 dun. I knew it. I remember this. Oh my god. It's just like that scene in Bruce Almighty or something where he's pouring milk. Papa Hildy! In slow motion. Gigi! Aww. So touching, isn't it? Look, even now she's crying over here. Jesus Christ, it's gonna take forever for them to reach each other. This is ridiculous. Oh shit, that's not a hugging motion. Just fucking clotheslined him, dude. Oh. Yep, that's the face I was expecting too. Damn. Well, he's certainly just as strong as them. I guess it works. Now that brings back some memories. Of what exactly? Holy shit. Papa Hildy? Oh dear. Who could have done such a thing? Damn, I think he programmed their level of intelligence into him too. There it is again. I think it's from FF3. That little sound effect. When you use the magic spell. By the Fury, it's just like the vase all over again. Miraculously restored to its original form. Gigi, my boy. Upon further consideration, I believe that this body may suit you best. It is, how shall I put this, more manageable. He doesn't want to get dunked on like that again, huh? And much more adorable. But how can I ever be accepted as your son if I remain a mammoth? Is that what's been troubling you all this time? But why didn't you say so? A Manderville is more than mere flesh and bone. He is vigor, compassion, honor, a gentleman for all seasons. Be you man or machine, it makes no difference. If they call you a mammoth, you look them in the eye and say, "Nay, I am a Manderville mammoth." I mean, that's one way to try to raise his spirits. Did it work? Yeah, I think he likes the idea, yeah. He did it! Yay! It's cute. Mother, father, forgive me for not consulting with you earlier, but circumstances forced my hand. I have formally adopted Gigi as my son and ward of House Manderville. Ye gods, I knew he was fond of the mammoth, but did you hear that, woman? Our son's gone and got himself a son! Grandpapa Godbert! Grandpapa Godbert! Ha! It all makes sense now. Grandpapa Godbert and Grandmama Julianne. I've been waiting years to hear those words. Grandpapa Godbert, Grandmama Julianne. I don't know if she's gonna take those words as well, though. Few things in life are grander than becoming a grandparent, as they say. Ha ha ha! Yeah, but does she like being called a grandma? Uh-oh. Nope, I don't think she liked it. And what's so bloody grand about it? She's ripping pissed. Y'all better start running. Hildebrand is always a breath of fresh air, I must say. The hilarious antics. And then they go after him. I'll not be made grandmother to a bloody buggering mammoth. It's past time I beat some sense into my beloved boy. Jesus Christ. I'm not gonna try to stop her. This dude's scared shitless too. Fury, take me. I'd heard the tales of dark nights before, but... No, it couldn't be. No, I think it was something far worse. Heretical, like as not, but rules be damned. I'm not risking my life to find out. Yeah, I wouldn't mess with her either. She's on a mission now. Her fucking frying pan grew to like 10 times its size. Holy shit. They're mad, utterly mad. The whole damn lot of them. How their house could rise to such prominence, I will never understand. Well, at least the mammoth seems to have overcome its existential crisis. Before today, I didn't know a mammoth could even have an existential crisis. Yeah, go figure, right? Wait, what am I saying? It's a mammoth! Why should I care what it claims to think or feel? Excuse me? Fury, take me. Their idiocy is infectious. I mustn't allow myself to fall prey to it. Follow procedure, report to your superior, one step at a time. One step at a time. Sure. My superiors, having been informed of the mammoth's adoption by House Manderville, as witnessed by House Forton, proceeded to take me to task for my gross mishandling of the situation. They remain convinced that the mammoth is a product of heretical machinations and have commanded me to redouble my efforts to prove this incontrovertible fact. That may prove problematic, however, as Gigi seems to have forsaken this quest to recover his memories and thrown himself wholly into his new life as a Manderville mammoth, casting about for any hint of a case alongside his doting father. In any event, though I do not share my superior's conviction, I think it's safe to say there is something exceedingly unusual about that mammoth. You saw with your own eyes how effortlessly it restored that vase and itself to its original form. Reconstructive magics are not particularly rare, but his are unlike any I have ever seen before. Go figure. Some kind of miracle, alright. I could read that font. Good old Julianne. I even included the shopkeeper, the merchant with the vase. Woo! Oh, gotta hand it to them. At least they don't show previews that spoil the plot. Although this plot, unlike Realm Reborn, has a lot less of the damn mosquito flying around. It has a lot less of that sort of, you know, detective investigative vibe to it. I think they saved that for Briarden's little adventure with the Scholastica, you know, this time around. Not that that's a bad thing, but it's honestly one of the reasons why I think I prefer, maybe a little better over here. It's one of the reasons I think I prefer the Realm Reborn, Hildebrand questline a little bit more. And we're not done yet, but I gotta take a little break. So, as usual, I'll be back in about 5-10 minutes, but yeah, this one's just kind of very lighthearted, sort of little fun short story. It's not much of a whodunit sort of investigative thing like it was in the Realm Reborn, which I like better. That's the one thing I did like about the Scholastica, but it lacked the humor of the Hildebrand questline from the Realm Reborn, so I still kind of, you know, almost fucking dozed off on it. That's why I wanted to get it out of the way before moving to FF15 and then coming back to this. I want to make sure to come back to something I could actually look forward to a little bit more, like the Hildebrand questline, amongst other things. We still have a lot to do. But yeah, I'll be right back.